No, I didn't. You're a liar.
So, you meant to do your... Thank you. Campers, George here. Going a little walkabout. Going to do a quick video on the DD Tarp 3x3. And because I'm an amateur at knots, I brought an expert with me. This would be Sara, the last Girl Scout.
You know it.
And she's going to do some knots for you that we're going to talk about. And she'll show you how to tie them. So stay with us. Check out the DD Tarp 3x3. You ready to go?
Fashion. Okay.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Sara, the last Girl Scout. I'm going to show you how to do the press it knot. It's pretty much just, 550 string. You tie it at the end. Don't want it fraying, so you burn it. Okay. I'm going to take this, put the loop here. Pretty much just going to put this through the loop twice. This is a family-friendly show. You can't swear.
That's why we edit. Okay. So here it is. The DD Hammocks DD Tarp 3x3. Here it gives you all the information on it. And you can see here, it shows you the tie-off points. And there's 19 of them. The actual tarp is 3 meters by 3 meters, hence the 3x3 name. And this is an olive green. It does come in different colors, and if you saw in the beginning of the video, there was a slide showing you all the different colors and that. So they have like
Do they have
olive green, they have brown,
pink?
They have camouflage, and they didn't have pink. They have like a khaki, which is pretty close. Oh, they had orange as well. So, and it's made with 190T polyester with PU coating. It weighs 790 grams, and it comes with 4 guy ropes and 4 pegs, and it has 19 attachment points. And it comes in this bag, this little carry bag, with the regular tie-in. And inside you have the tarp, and in here somewhere you have your little bag of gizmos, and this has your 4 pegs that it comes with. They're those little silver straight through pegs, and then your 4 guy ropes. Now I like to make my own guy ropes because I prefer to use 550, and so I have 550 cord. My ridgeline, I use the this stuff, the Titan paracord. This is really nice paracord. I'm glad I got this. I bought 2 rolls of 100 feet and was reasonably priced, and it is rated at 500 pounds, so I can use it for a lot of different things. So that's the Titan paracord, and we're going to use this as a ridge line, and on this we'll put the prusset knots that Sara just showed you, and we'll hang up the top, and we'll try a couple of different configurations and see how it works for us. So stay tuned, here we go. So as I told you, the tarp has 19 tie-off points, and the nice thing about it, as you can see here, they are very well reinforced. You can see how they've been sewn on. They're nice and solid, of sew points straight through, and the support, the black, you can see here, and the way they've put it over. So it makes for a really good tie point, and they're all like that, which is very nice to see. You have to give this a good tug to have a problem with it. So you can see the tie points are really good. And I was talking about the toggles and I just made up a quick toggle here, and this would go through the let me just find one. I did change the bag because I wanted to use different tent spikes that I told you about. These are the ones I like. I get them at Wallmart. They're the aluminum ones, Coglins, I think it is. You can see there, and they do come with this, which is another great feature on these. They are, as you can see here, they do have nicks in them, so you can hook onto there. But these are really handy. When you have them in the ground, sometimes they're hard to pull out, and what you can do, you can just take a stick, put it through there, grab it like this. You can see I have it in my hand. I don't know if you can see that. And that gives you a lot more leverage, and you can pull them out of the dirt. And that's a handy thing to have on these little tent spikes, and that's why I like them. They also don't bend as easily as the little Silva straight through ones that it comes with. So what I wanted to show you was the toggle. And obviously I would have my press-it knot here on the ridge line, and what I do is I pass through the other side of where the press-it's tied and then put a toggle in and give it a good tug, and there you can see the toggle on there. No knots. I always like them no knot situations. Undoing them is really easy. Simply loosen the press-it knot and you can undo it and pull the toggle out. So there you go. That's how I connect it to a ridge line or any other tie-off point on the top. So we chose these two trees to show you the tarp setups, and we put up a ridge line. You can see there on that side it's just a looped end, the rope going through it. You can see there, and on the other end I just did a double half hitch to hold them there, and so that's our ridge line. And what we'll do is we'll put the hammock underneath. So here you can see we're setting up the A-frame style. We're using the press-it knot again, and there'll be a close-up view of it, so we'll show you how the press-it knot uses. Works really well in this, and that is we have actually 1, 2, 3, 4 points on it that we've tied off on, and I'll show you then that with the GoPro. We'll have a closer look at it. So that's the peak, and then we tie off the bottom. So here you can see the A-frame from what it looks like from the side. Now we do have it high, and really the hammock's going to be low in here. If I was expecting bad weather, lower the height of the tent, the canopy, the top, and you can see here it's on the ridge line, and I don't want to show you that one because it's right into the sun, and I'm walking underneath. I have it head height, and if we come here you can see how the press-it is done using the toggle. So I can pull the press-it and it stays there, and it's made the top of the line of the tarp is nice and taut, and that's simply by pulling on the press-its from both sides. And using the toggle, you can see here no knots, and up here I have just a loop through, and like I showed you before on the other side we did a double half hitch. So there we have the A-frame, just a regular tent style. You can lower it to the ground or even make it even higher, so the choice is yours. Obviously if you're expecting bad weather, you want to lower it to the ground, keep you dry, so you would peg it out a little bit lower. The A-frame. And we're going to change it. And now we have a modified version of the A-frame, which gives us a more open front and allows more breeze You can build a fire in front if it's cooler. And it's just all around more open than an A-frame. And all it takes is 2 sticks. And we'll have a closer look at that.
You're a liar.
So on Sarah's side, you mean to do your... Thank you. We put a stick here. Now this is not ideal. What you would do is maybe put it underneath there. But remember, you want to protect your top, so maybe getting something on top of anything sharp on the stick. Protect it from poking through. Right now I just have it on the strap, you can see here. This is not an ideal spot. There's a lot of loose sand. Tightening up was difficult, and our trees weren't where we wanted them to be.
Say that again.
You can see there. And you can see from the side here the frame is. So it's no longer an A-frame, it's more open. And the back here would protect you, and you have a more open view, and you have a lot more room here. So there's another setup, and it's a really quick change from an A-frame. So let's see what else we can come up with. So here we have the diamond shape. As you can see, this is a pretty big top. There's a 3x3, so the diagonal measurement is even greater. And you can see here, tied it in the front, and I pegged it in the back, and I tied it across and used the prusset knots on my ridge line. Let's take a closer look at it. You can see down here, I've used my peg, maybe, in the ground, coming up where I just looped it through the tie-off point here. You can see nice and sturdy support. Over here on each side we have the prusset with a toggle, and I have it looped through there just like I did the other ones, and it goes straight across. Now you'll notice there's no tie-off point in the middle. To get the diamond shape, there is no tie-off point in the middle. You can see here it goes across where the other tie-off points are. Inside, you can see what I did here. Over here, I literally pegged the top right into the ground. And on this side, I put it out. This would be my wind-bearing side, would keep the wind away because I am assuming the wind comes from that way. My hammock is in the middle. I'm well sheltered. And it's nice and taut, so it comes out pretty well. I think though that if I was to use this top, I would use it in the A-frame. I think it works better. But this would certainly do. And you can see I just pegged it directly into the ground. So, there you go. Diamond shape. Using a hammock. Hammock would go in here. And you can see there is plenty of room. It is a big top. I've always had a top that's a lot smaller than this and just covers my hammock. I think I'd have a lot more shelter in this in bad weather. Speaking of which, it's probably going to rain soon. Anyway, I did bring a jacket. So there you go. Diamond shape. So this layout, as you can see, is very low. This would be more of a survival shelter. Looking down here, although this is a very bad situation, this is not where I would put it. It's uneven, we're in river sand, there's no strong points. But basically you can see down here, the one side edge of the top is folded under. So if your ground was wet, to keep drying that, you would sleep on top of that. You've got enough shelter on top. Collect wood, put it underneath, you've got plenty of room there. Store things and keep them dry in really bad weather. So here we have an almost closed sea shelter. And the idea being that this area down here would be on wet ground, and that would keep you dry that's where you would sleep. This is more of a survival type shelter. You can see we've used shorter sticks. We are using the ridgeline still, but you could use sticks to hold that up, and you could bring the front down, so maybe tying off here, come straight down, and you'd have almost a cocoon effect, which would have you off the ground, off the wet ground, and keep you fairly dry, but you'd have less room to store other stuff. In this area here, down in there, you could keep all your goods and wood and things like that dry, so that you could have at least a fire when the weather gets better. Not a very good example on where to set up, but you get the idea. And here you can see it laid out just as a flat roof, just a regular tarp set up straight down onto the ground, pegged out with the top tied off to the ridgeline. You can see just how big that tarp is right now. You could even lift it up higher by not pegging it directly into the ground and using the ties on the bottom, and then lifting it up and tying them further out or to another tree, something like that. There's a nice big tarp. I think I'm going to like this tarp. A lot more room than I had before, and I think in some bad weather it's a huge advantage. You can put all your stuff underneath. And let me see if I can give you an idea of how big this tarp is. So more than enough room. Whew. Hot and muggy today. The advantage to toggles, you just take the toggle out, which doesn't work very well one-handed, but you can see it still came out. And you can leave the pressure lines on there for use next time. So there you go. Obviously the toggle, you can just use a regular stick, same way. I needed to carve. This sounded like a good idea, and they work pretty well. So there you go. Hope you learned something, even if it is bad things. So Sarah and I will say bye and see you soon, and hopefully happy camping. Just saying. So campers, there you go. My lens is starting to fog up. It's really muggy today. The DD Hammocks 3x3 top. There is a way to set it up as almost a teepee tent style, and I would like to do that. I just got to figure out how that works. When I do, hopefully I'll make a quick video and show you how it's done. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You know the story. And hopefully we'll see you again when I use the DD 3x3 top. Just saying. Bye.